Hey, so today I'm talking with Lindsay Wise, and she's a beautiful friend, a beautiful sister, and we live together in a community space here in Ubud. And she's a mama as well, and I just thought she had some amazing insights that would be really beneficial to share about a woman's moon cycle and that time in their lives, and some little tips and tricks and practices that they can implement into their life to really make that phase flow as smoothly and as comfortably as possible. So I wanted to ask you to start with maybe like your philosophy on what the purpose or the significance of the moon cycle is for a woman.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, as we notice with the moon cycle, that it waxes and that it wanes. It gets really big and full, and then it releases, and we have the time of the new moon, and that's just what our body does. It gets really big and full of energy, and it's time for us to be able to release that energy when our moon cycle comes. And so oftentimes you start to feel like you get to that boiling part. That's that premenstrual energy. When you start to get frustrated.
Yeah.
When you're feeling that. It's just like the full moon. And so once you really honor that and realize that it's your time to release that old energy and all that's no longer serving you, it's your time to let it go, and then you're able to have a whole nother month to get to have a new cycle. And so it's a good time to set new intentions as well.
Yep.
To release, let go of what's no longer serving you.
Yeah.
Set new intentions
Yeah.
for what you're calling in.
Yeah.
And with the moon as well, it's grandmother moon. It's also a time to honor the sacred feminine. And so it's a time for you to get to come inside of your body and have some time to yourself and hibernate. Not going out into the world too much, and just getting to allow your body the time that it needs to release and let that old energy go.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, because I think a lot of people kind of will just continue on their regular like day-to-day cycle and not really like sit and feel into what's happening in their body. So it's a really amazing tip to actually allow yourself the time to sit and be and let that physical release happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also wanted to ask you more like practically in like different foods that one can incorporate into their like diet at that time that can really allow that, prevent cramping or just allow you to feel the strongest possible
Well,
self you can.
Yeah, that's a really good question.
Yeah.
The diet is a really important component of helping to keep away different kinds of cramps, and a big part of it is eating healthy foods. Having foods that don't cause a lot of gas. So keeping away from fried foods is going to be really important.
Yeah.
And once you do begin bleeding, you do get really low on iron. So having a lot of leafy greens and vegetables is amazing. I love to make a soup. And if you make that, it lasts for a good 2 or 3 days. You can put lots of different kinds of herbs into it: coriander and parsley and celery and broccoli and kale and spinach, and lots of root vegetables that are going to help you to feel grounded. And so putting carrots and pumpkin and beetroot and anything else that sounds yummy at that time. And having that to really nourish yourself and not eating too much is going to be perfect. And
nice.
we all love chocolate, so allowing yourself to give in to that guilty pleasure, it's okay, you can have chocolate, but choose yummy chocolate that's healthy. You can get different kinds of raw chocolates, or chocolate that might even be dairy-free, so that you give your belly a break. It's not going to give it a bellyache. Having a lot of fluids during that time is also really important. So drinking lots of water and herbal teas. Yogi tea makes a really beautiful menstrual cycle blend, and different kinds of raspberry leaf or nettle teas. And if you're able, staying away from sodas, because that carbonation is going to make your tummy feel even more full and bloated, and you just want that to to be the opposite.
Yeah,
So,
you want to make it as smooth as possible. Yeah.
Yeah, as smooth as possible.
Yeah, yeah. And in terms of like methods of collecting the blood at this time, what have you found most effective and most kind of, what feels right for you?
Yeah, well, I use a few different methods actually, different times and at different stages of the cycle. So something that, that became really important for me that I learned about is about the cotton that they're using for tampons. It's actually bleached. And so when we're doing pap smears and we're being tested for cervical cancer, that's something that's actually causing the cervical cancer.
Oh, wow.
Is the bleached cotton and putting the chemicals inside of our body. And so although it costs more, making that extra effort to help conserve the earth and our bodies, going and allowing yourself to get some organic cotton tampons if you're going to use a tampon.
Yeah.
For many women, they don't want to have to feel anything inside of them as they're bleeding.
Yeah.
And so they would rather use a pad.
Yeah.
And you can also get, seventh generation or, other different kinds of brands. You can get biodegradable pads that you're able to use.
Yeah.
And that way you're not having the plastic and filling the landfills.
Yeah, because there's so much, like the big pad, and then it comes with all the plastic wrapping as well, and
it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah. I have 2 children, and something I started to use when they were young to clean their noses was velvet. And then I realized it's beautiful also, so I started just to make pads with the velvet, and using that as well. And you can find a lot of cloth and natural different kinds of pads, and
then just keep like washing them.
Yeah, keep on washing them. Yeah, you wash it, and as long as you've got a few, you wash it, and they cycle out, and they dry quite quickly. You can even dry them in the sun. And there's even I've seen there's some new underwear that collect the blood, that you're able to wash. So look into that. I don't know the specifics. I've been in Bali for a long time, so you could check into those. And another thing that I love is the menstrual cup. And the cup is something that you fold in half and you wear it inside of you, and it collects the blood. And what I really love about that is you're able to see how much you're actually bleeding.
Yeah, yeah.
And I also love it because the blood is very sacred this time of bleeding. And so when you're able to take your blood and offer it back to the earth, you can put it to your favorite tree or a plant, and when you offer it back, it feels really grounding, and as though you're giving it back to Pachamama, Mother Earth. And the menstrual cycle, it was a time when, in a lot of religions and times, the women were considered unclean and dirty, and men were quite scared of the women.
Yeah.
And it's because we're actually like highly intuitive, and it's really a sacred, special time. So if you honor that, and if you honor your blood, and you're able to see it as something beautiful and sacred, not as dirty.
Yeah,
yeah,
I know
really good.
That's a huge mentality for a lot of people. I know they just want to like get it all out and away from them, and kind of forget about it instead of actually like taking the time to like honor what's happening in your body.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's some really nice probiotic cleansers that you can use as well during that time. There are so many different kinds of soaps to choose from, but a lot have different kinds of chemicals that can actually strip what the body really needs.
Yeah, right.
And so having probiotic or natural coconut-based soaps, things
Do you mean to apply down there?
Yes,
right.
to be washing the body with.
Yeah.
Yeah, so also staying away from any kinds of chemical soaps that are going to strip away. And rather, just be cleaning it with really natural products.
Yeah, good tip. Yeah. So I understand that you help out with some prenatal and also some menstrual yoga, and I wanted to ask you a bit more about like what exercises and stretches and movement that you feel is like really supports this time and can allow you to feel more balanced in your body as you're going through this process.
Well, so with energy, there's the yin and the yang, and the yang is the more masculine and the yin is the more feminine. And so when you're bleeding, it's a perfect time to connect in more with the feminine. And to do that, my favorite kind of yoga is yin yoga.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really easy to check out online, and you can look at lots of the different names and the postures, and you hold the poses for a lot longer.
Yeah.
You're down on the mat and you're not overexerting yourself. It's a time to connect with your breath, to meditate, and to really come into your body, because oftentimes we'll be tempted to just take some medicine so that we don't feel our cycle, and then carry on with our day. Whereas if we connect with our breath and really ground and are present, we're able to listen to what our body wants to say, and we're able to listen and connect with that energy that wants to shift, that wants to move through us. And when we're present and aware of it and listen to what our body's releasing, then we're able to start out the new month feeling really really whole and ready for it. We're not carrying so much old baggage.
Yeah.
And so if we're able to meditate and do yoga, and basically even just take at least a day to ourselves, it's going to be likely that you'll have to work some days. If you're able to take a day off of work, though, even better. To take the day off and just relax. Go for a walk, go and be in nature, go and allow yourself to sit your root chakra down on the earth, sit on the grass, sit next to the river, go to the mountains, and being in nature, and whatever your exercise practice may be, just to allow it to be more calm.
Yeah, definitely.
Yoga is an excellent, an excellent practice for during the menstrual cycle.
Nice. Yeah, and I just thought as well of like how you were saying earlier about it being a time of shedding and then calling in what you want for the next cycle. So I feel journaling could be really powerful as well to do at that time, and writing out exactly, your goals for the next month, or, what you really want to release and what you want to happen in the next cycle. And to really sit with that and call all of that in and know that you deserve that.
Yes. So setting the new intention is really important.
Exactly. Yeah. Do you have anything else to share? Do you think that's about it?
I think that's about it. Yeah, just mostly taking good care of yourself, nurturing your bodies, and remembering that it's a divine and sacred time, and most importantly, it's your time. So coming into your body and loving your beautiful body.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Lindsay.
You're so welcome.
Yeah,
Have a
so nice to
beautiful
talk
day.
to you. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this information, and if you want to see more like this, I'm going to keep uploading more and more of these interviews with beautiful, potent information that needs to be shared. So subscribe to this channel and stay tuned for more. Thank you.
It was so wonderful to get to share with you all. If you'd like to learn more about me and my offerings, you're welcome to visit lindsaywise.com. Namaste.
Yeah, I'll put a link below this video too, so you can connect easily. Thank you.
Thanks.